friends. Welcome to Tori Talks TV, and welcome to our sad review of Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 5, called The Bells. Ring the bells.
Ring the bells.
I'm feeling a little unsettled today talking about this episode, but we're going to get through it.
We will.
Everything's going to be okay.
Is it, though?
I don't know. Okay. Let's start with the very first scene, which was Varys. Remember, he was writing a letter to someone about who the true heir to the throne is, because I read it. I went back and I paused it and I read it. It said something, the true heir
to the Iron Throne. He has a very nice penmanship.
Oh, it's beautiful. Is that calligraphy?
I think so.
Oh, sure. So while that's happening, he has like one of his little spies come in, cute little girl, and she's like, "Oh, she's not eating." I didn't know who she was talking about at first. I figured it out. It's Dany. She's not doing well. She seems a little depressed. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And you know, he says something to her, the little girl, that I was like, wait, should we? Because Varys, like everything he says, I take seriously.
Yes.
Okay.
He's a wise man.
Yes. So he says something to her like, "The greater the risk, the greater the reward." I mean, that's obvious, but like, I was like, wait, is that something we need to know? Yeah, you know, because it's Varys.
Yes. Yes. I mean, he always says,
I guess.
wise, insightful things. And she's like, the little girl's worried, though. She's like, I think they're watching me.
And he's like, yeah, that's their job.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay.
You're spying on the
You're
queen.
okay. Yeah.
They better be watching you.
That's true. So then Varys also like greets Jon when he comes back, and like he says something about, which they've said before, when a Targaryen is born, it's a coin flip. And I think he meant like whether they're going to be mad or not.
All right.
Why did you have to say that? Don't get me started with that. Moving on.
But did you notice, though, in the previously on, they did something different than they've ever done before.
That was so cool. I know what you're talking about.
Where, like, all of a sudden, like, they kind of, like edited together all these voices. And,
as
like,
you see Dany's
face. They were kind of like, oh, I got goosebumps.
Oh,
because I remember...
And the Mad King, and it's, like, talking about... And then, everything that would make her probably feel...
Yes, which they've never done that before.
Yeah.
Previously ons, they were more, like, objective.
Yeah, good editing. Thanks for that. Thanks a lot. Okay. So now... Okay, so Tyrion, one of the very few people that is still on Dany's side at this point, is talking to her. He gets through to her, and she's there, and she looks distraught, and she, like, was like... Because he's like, I have to tell you something. And she's like, somebody betrayed me? And then he's like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, it's Jon. And he's like, well, I was talking about Varys. But okay. And then she knew that Jon told Sansa. Sansa told Tyrion. Tyrion told Varys. Oh, gosh.
Yes.
And I get why she's feeling betrayed. I still think that Sansa is up to something with that. I think she knew what was going to go down when she told...
Too. She knew that it wasn't going to be kept between the two of them. That's for sure.
Gotten a lot smarter.
Yes,
she's wised up.
So basically, Dany is saying though that Jon betrayed her.
Yeah,
he's more than anything. Of it all, but like she's gonna like go with Varys for now.
Yeah. She kind of scolds Tyrion too, like, "Oh well, Sansa told me because she trusts me," and she's like, "Yeah, trusts you to like tell my secret." Thanks a lot. Yes. And then, but you know, she's kind of like, you know. I don't know. I feel bad for her at this point. I really did. She doesn't look good.
She looked bad.
She's having a bad day. Yeah. So then later on, that night, we see Varys finishing his letter, right? And then, you know, it's so funny. Like, you hear, like, boom, boom,
yes.
Like, there's marching going on. And how did he know to, like, he knew something was up.
And why did he take off his rings?
I don't know.
I don't know what that was supposed to mean either. I don't want to.
He's like, I'm on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. It's weird, but it's Grey Worm led by some other, you know, soldiers. And they take him outside. And I was like, oh, they're going to scold him.
Yeah.
They're going to...
A little talk.
Yeah, right.
Let's have a little talk.
Let's just remember where you're at and who you're with, right? Well, it's worse than that.
It's a tad bit.
Yeah, like poor Varys is just standing there, but he's so brave.
Yeah.
While this is all going on, and there's Dany in front of him with Jon, and Tyrion's there, and Tyrion kind of like goes, "It was me." And he's like, but he's so cool about it. Like he
knew it was a possibility because in the previous episode, Tyrion was like, "That's treason," and he's like,
"Yeah," and then basically he's like, "Goodbye, old friend," or something. Like, I know, that was really sad. And then Dany's like, "I sentence you to death."
And Drogon appears from nowhere.
That scared me.
I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, he came out of the darkness. And then she's like, Dracarys.
Like, so chill, though, the way she said it.
She's like,
yeah.
She's over it at this
done.
point. Just do it. It took a while for Dracarys. Did you notice? It took a while for him to...
He's like, are you sure? He was like, are you sure?
He's like, I just got up from a nap. I'm tired, but...
He's like, are you sure? I'm not sure.
This guy's been around a while. Are you sure you want me to off him? Anyway, so that is unfortunately the end of Varys. One of my surprisingly favorite characters of all of Game of Thrones.
I agree. I've always, every word that he's like said, I'm like, oh, that's true. I think he has some good ideas.
Yeah, and it's like someone who like plays the middle, or like he's not like on anybody's side really.
Just the realm.
Just the realm.
Just the realm.
Can't fault him for that.
I know.
We'll miss you, Varys.
Varys much.
Varys much. Okay. She's good with this.
Right.
Yeah. So after those shenanigans, Jon and Dany talk. Okay. So she's not feeling the love.
No.
She's basically like, I don't have love here. She doesn't, though. I mean, Jon is like, I mean, you can't really blame people for loving Jon. I totally get it. She's like, I don't have love. I only have fear.
Yes.
And then, he's like, well, I love you. And, you're my queen. And she's like, that's all I am to you. And then, anyway, they, like, have, like, a little make-out sesh. But then Jon, like, pulls back. Is it because he's like, you're my aunt? Or is it because, like...
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not in his culture in the North to be okay with being... Incestuous, yeah.
Yeah. So then, once he pulls away, I mean, really, I think Dany is just, like, grabbing at anybody. She really wants...
Somebody love me.
Please! And then when he pulls away, she's like, well, I guess nothing's left.
Yeah.
Let it be fear.
Yeah. You could rule by love, or you could rule by fear. Nobody loves her, so...
She's gonna have to go with
my choice?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, in a last-ditch effort, Tyrion's talking to Dany, and he's like, okay, let's be smart about this. And, there's some talk, and then it kind of basically is like, hey, Dany, I'm the hand, okay? I'm your hand. Listen to me. Once they start ringing those bells, surrender. Like, call off everything. Call off the attack. And she's just like, yeah, okay. And then she looks at Grey Worm, and she's like, I'll give you the signal.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't know what she was thinking, though, at that point.
No, I don't know either.
I feel like she, she took it in. Like, I'll consider it, but...
She's taken Tyrion's advice many times and held back. You know? Like, many times she's been like, I'm going in. Dragons blazing.
But he has, made some, mistakes and stuff. I mean, against her. Didn't mean to. Yeah. Trusting Cersei, all that stuff. And then even at that point, that's when she tells him, he was, about to, walk away. And she tells him that Jaime was stopped trying to leave. And she's like, the next time you fail me, that'll be the last time you fail me. So, Tyrion's like, you have my brother? So, naturally. I mean, he's gonna go find him.
Yes.
Which is what happened. So he goes to Jaime. And, okay, I will say, this is one of the most heartfelt moments of this episode. It's, I
cried.
Okay.
I cried.
I did too, and I'm not really much of a crier, and I did. I was emotional. So because it's so cute, Tyrion goes there, and he's like, hey, okay, because he's like, I have to go back to Cersei. He's like, fine, go to Cersei, get her, escape. There's, under the Red Keep, there's this little area, you just go in the back way, and you'll find a boat there waiting for you. Like, he's got this whole plan to help him. He's like, fine, you want our sister? Yes. Cool. Just save yourself. Go start a life in Pentos. Just, go be free. And then, so he tells him this whole plan, and then there's this very touching goodbye, where he tells him, he's like, I never would have survived my childhood without you, Jaime.
I know.
And then he's like, you're the only one that didn't treat me like I was a monster.
That just got me.
Lump in my throat. Yeah. That was sweet. And then I think they were crying, and Jaime was crying. It was, I don't know why. I never would have, I mean, we don't give Jaime enough credit. He's been great. I mean, I don't. Because I want to, hate him.
I know.
But I can't. He's awesome. In some ways. He was awesome to Tyrion.
He was awesome to Tyrion.
Maybe only Tyrion.
I still am mad at him for leaving Winterfell.
Yeah.
But then I'm not, really surprised.
Right.
Because.
Right. Well, he also tells him another thing, too. He's like, okay, but once you get there, get in the gate and then tell them to ring the bells.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you have one job. Do this. Make this happen.
Tyrion's all about the bells.
He's all about the bells.
The freaking bells.
Exactly.
That'll solve everything.
Yeah, exactly. So now, okay, we're getting closer to madness. Yes. Okay, so Euron and his fleet back in King's Landing, they are waiting with their little scorpion weapons, right? Like, they're waiting for stuff to go down. And then the gates of King's Landing, they close before Jaime can get in, so he's got to find another way. And, Euron's, like, looking up at the sky. How does he know? He's anticipating. And then it happens.
Yes.
And Dracarys begins. It is everything Dracarys at this point. Okay, so let the fun begin. So now we are watching Dany let loose. Wow, Dany.
She gets the fleet, which I'm like, okay, get the fleet.
She takes out the fleet.
Euron killed her baby.
Yeah.
So get the fleet.
Okay.
I mean, I'm glad she figured out how to get the fleet.
Yeah, exactly.
I really kind of wish she could have figured that out earlier.
Yeah, I know. I mean, maybe an episode ago?
Yeah, or did you train? Because I don't know. Yeah,
no, and then there was a really cool shot of, like, the King's Landing guard, and then, we got Grey Worm and his people, and then, like, they're kind of just, like, mad dogging each other, and then they're, like, they hear these explosions, and then the fire comes from
behind
them,
amazing.
And I mean, that was really cool. I was like, go, Dany.
I was like, this is going to be short and quick.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just get it done.
Quick and painless, kind of. So, that happened. And meanwhile, Cersei's up in her little tower watching everything, feeling really good about things. And there's, like, Qyburn, like, trying to tell her, like, hey, you might be losing a little bit. Cersei's like, nope. She's not buying it. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. So now at this point, Dany's army gets in. And they're face to face, and Jon's there with Grey Worm, and they're in, and the army, like, Cersei's army can, like, see what's going on with Dany taking people out with that dragon, and they're just, like, looking around. I think they realize, like, I don't know if we can do this. And then Dany, like, lands, and she's, like, watching what's gonna happen, and then Cersei's army starts to throw down their swords.
Yeah. After Cersei just said, like, they'll fight to the death for me. Yeah, no. They don't actually like you.
They're terrified of that dragon, probably. So then at that point, you hear random people yelling, ring the bell! Ring the bell! And I think Cersei's like, no, don't ring the bell! It was weird to see Cersei in such a state like that. I mean, it's
kind of nice.
Kind of nice, yeah. I mean, So, anyway, we're all, like, on the edge of our seat watching, like, are they gonna ring the bell? Like, obviously, like, they basically just surrendered. And then finally, they ring the bell. And then I feel like Jon was like, he took a sigh of relief, yeah. And Cersei's like, damn it.
Tyrion's happy, too. He's like, the bell.
Like, okay, great.
Thank goodness.
We're good. So then, Dany hears them, and she's like, oh my gosh, they surrendered. And then I think at that point, she can... she can keep it business, or she can take it. She can go the personal route. And I think she wanted to stick it to him, because then it really got crazy, and it was a firestorm.
It was.
Literally. She starts burning the city. The innocent people, the soldiers, she's knocking down
children.
buildings. It was pandemonium in the streets of King's Landing. Yeah. Which I was like, okay, all right, maybe just a few of them, and then and then we'll back off. Okay, all right, that's enough. Pull back. I mean, I was like, any minute now she's gonna stop. Nope. She just
wants to show that you are, like, maybe she just wants to give him a taste.
Yeah, just a little bit. No, keeps going. Jon and Tyrion are like, WTF? What are you doing? And then Grey Worm is like, I guess was that his signal?
That's the signal.
He continued to start fighting.
At this point, that's just his nature, right? The Unsullied, they fear nothing. They just, and I was like, he has nothing now. Missandei's gone. I kind of was like, what are you doing? But then it's like, he has nothing. That's it.
He has his queen. That's really, like, the only one she has left on her side, really. And Jon sees that, and he's like desperately trying to get them to stop.
Yeah.
Poor Jon.
Poor
Like, everybody.
I could be dead right now, but here I am.
Yeah.
Fighting.
So, I mean, really, it's like nuts. It's out of control. It is. Bad. It is. So then, meanwhile, Euron and Jaime have a little showdown. How about that? Euron, because he kind of got, like, thrown off the ship when she, Dracarys. That's a new word. Yes. Dracarys. his ship. And somehow he, like, manages to get out and find Jaime.
That's how he just happened to show up on the same rock.
Where Jaime is.
Yes.
And they go at it.
Yeah. Why was Jaime there? Wasn't he supposed to get Cersei and then go there? Is that where he...
Was that like the back way in? Like the way that Tyrion told him to go, but like he went like to leave, but he went in that way?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I thought he was supposed to like get her and then
outs.
go. Oh, that's how he gets in there, I guess. I don't know. It was just a bit an odd.
He had a plan.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see them, like, you know.
Yeah.
In this little duel. I didn't know who was going to win, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stabbing, a lot of blood.
There's a lot of stabbing. And somehow Jaime survived all that stabbing.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I mean, there's a lot of blood.
That must be nice. Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
Kind of resilient.
Yeah.
And then Euron, the psychopath, he's like, well, okay, he's done for.
He's like, I killed Jaime.
He just looks at me, he's
jerk.
smiling like a crazy man. He's like, I'm the one that killed Jaime Lannister. Like, that's, I don't know.
All he cares about is that he, like, did his sister and then, like, stabbed him.
Got everything you wanted out of life.
Wanted.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. So now Qyburn is like, Cersei, you need to leave.
It's time.
Look around. It's not going well for us. And so he's like, I need to get you to safety. And she reluctantly does, and with a little tear in her eye. I'm not saying it was satisfying, but it was satisfying.
A little bit.
So, a little bit. I don't know why I kind of felt bad for a little bit. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
I don't want to.
Just a tiny.
But I did.
Tiny bit.
Yeah, so downstairs, the Hound and Arya are there, because we can't forget about the Hound and Arya. And, I mean, like, buildings are collapsing. Like, there's, like, rubble, stone just falling everywhere. And he's like, Arya, you need to leave. And she's like, no, I have to kill Cersei. And he's like, no, she's gonna die anyway. Like, just leave, or you're going to die.
Yeah.
And I was surprised, because Arya was like gung-ho about like making this happen no matter what. And she was like, yeah, I guess I should go.
It was a little weird.
I know. Well, I just didn't expect it. I was like, no, she's not gonna give up. She's not just gonna leave.
Right.
And then she was like, I guess I should leave.
I know. I don't know if it was really. I feel like that was kind of a not realistic choice that she would have made, but I'm glad that she did, because she probably would be dead.
I don't want Arya to die.
I don't want Arya to die. I want Arya to die, but I don't know.
I was like, for once, don't be dangerous. That's awesome.
Yes.
So, but that another very touching moment was when he was like, you save yourself. Like, don't be like me, go. And then she decides, okay, I guess I'm going to go. And then she's like, she calls him by his name, Sandor.
Sandor, that was cute.
She's like, thank you. Okay. It makes me so emotional. I loved the relationship.
Yeah,
I loved everything about it. So, either way, so she does end up, trying to escape. So, now as Cersei and the Mountain and Qyburn are trying to get down to safety, the Hound shows up. Uh-oh. This is the moment a lot of people have been waiting for. It is affectionately called Clegane Bolt.
Yes.
It's gonna happen. But okay, so this was kind of surprising. So, the Hound's down here, and then, Cersei and friends. And she's like, no, Sir Gregor, don't leave me. Because he's like, that's my brother, we have business.
And Qyburn's like, protect your queen.
He literally is like, boom.
That was, sorry, but one of my favorite moments in this episode was when Qyburn met his fate that way.
I didn't think it was going to happen.
Boom, he's gone.
No, so he like smashes him against like the wall and then just throws him down. I'm like, well, that was fast.
That was fast.
Yeah, that was done. And then Cersei, that was so funny. She kind of like slipped
She's like,
away.
I gotta go now.
She's like, well, this is none of my business.
That's true.
I'll be down here.
Excuse me.
It was kind of funny, right?
It was.
Yeah, so now, it's time for brother against brother. It's time for things to happen.
Yes.
And I was rooting for the Hound, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah, but what was up with the Mountain? Like, nothing was, like, causing him harm.
Because he's not, like, normal anymore.
He's like Frankenstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
Qyburn made him into some freak of nature science experiment.
The Hound is stabbing him everywhere, and he's like, die!
Yeah.
Why won't you die?
In the face.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it bothered him a little to be stabbed in the face.
I mean, rightfully
but that was
so.
about it.
Yeah, and then, Mountain does his classic, like, I'm gonna burst your eyes out. Yeah, that was gross. But the Hound's, just taking it, and then I think he realizes, like, I'm gonna have to do something else to, like, seal the deal here. And then he does. Yes. He charges his big brother, and they fall to their death.
Together.
In the fire. What? In the fire.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hound.
I know.
I'm sure that's not how you wanted. Well, either he wanted to kill his brother.
I'm sure the impact killed him before the flames did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So he didn't feel the fire.
That makes me feel better.
Yes. Merciful.
Yeah. So, while King's Landing is falling, Cersei and Jaime reunite. Gosh, she needed him more than ever. So I was happy for them.
Wow.
I said it.
Wow.
You know, I hate Cersei. I mean, can we agree we all hate Cersei? But I don't know what was up with... she just seemed so real. Or so... I know she was vulnerable, obviously, because, you know, things weren't going well. But for a second, I was just like, she's still a human. And, you know, she still has feelings. And I shouldn't care about her feelings. But something about her just being totally pathetic made me feel bad. So he came back for her. And she's like, you came for me? And I'm okay with how that happened. And so they have to go... they go below to the Red Keep, like Tyrion told them to do. And then they find that their exit is blocked off with rubble. And, I mean, it's going down. Things are collapsing to and fro. And in one of the best performances I've ever seen by an actress on Game of Thrones, Lena Headey, who plays Cersei, she's like, I don't want my child to die. I don't want to die. I got goosebumps. I felt really bad. I mean, it was so real. Like, somebody, you know, anybody would be like, I don't want to die. And then Jamie, just make me love you even more, was like, it's okay. And he, like, grabs her face and is like, it's just you and me. He's like, nothing else matters but you and me. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but the building implodes on them. They die.
Yeah. So, you know what I thought was
Cersei's
interesting is that there were so many theories on who was going to kill her.
I know.
I feel like when she was like, I don't want to go like this, I feel like she wanted to die more dramatically.
I think a lot of the fans were hoping that too. No, I think people were a little disappointed with how she died.
It was a little too easy.
But why was I, like, okay with it?
I don't
know. Like, the like, softie in me was like, she should die with her twin / lover. Like, that should be how she goes. And Jamie, bless you for doing that for her.
He was very nice.
I can't believe I'm saying that. I know. People wanted a very, like, painful, torturous death for her, but I was like, no, it's okay.
No one thought they were just going to die in an avalanche of rubble.
Like, last thing I thought, actually, yeah.
So
I don't think any prediction out there says, well, Jamie and Cersei reunite, and then
they die in each other's arms.
Collapses on top of them. No, I don't think anybody can predict that. So well done, Game of Thrones, by the way. But I can't believe Cersei is gone.
She's gone.
Yeah, and she died with her twin. I mean, they were born together. They die together. Is it not a little bit beautiful?
Yes, that's true, actually.
Okay.
Poetic.
Poetic, exactly. So, okay, you guys, a lot's going on outside. John is looking around, and he's like, what the heck is she doing? Oh my aunt has lost her mind.
Do you think he says that?
My queen, my aunt, whatever. Same diff at this point.
Queen auntie.
Yeah. Oh, queen auntie's cute. I mean, and he sees, like, I mean, there's babies and there's women and men, and everybody's just, like, miserable and being tortured, and Arya's out there, and Arya's trying to escape. Oh my gosh, how many times does Arya get knocked out and knocked down?
She's tough.
She's got 9 lives.
She's like, her face is all jacked up.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad. But yeah, I think that, you know, John's just like, man, like, I really wanted to believe in you, Dany, but look what you're doing. And then Arya is like, come on. I feel like she was more annoyed than anything. Like, I'm just trying to get out of here. Like, leave me alone. But, yeah, one of the final scenes is we see Arya, like, okay, first of all, I thought she was dead. She looked dead.
Well, and then what I thought was really, like, moving was that one of the women, like, the citizens, like, tries to save her.
She does. The woman with the child daughter, that we kept seeing, yeah, and she tried to save Arya, and then the woman, like, gets injured by one of the Dothraki, I believe, and then she's like, take my daughter. She told Arya, and then Arya's like, come on, but the daughter wouldn't leave her mom.
And then later she sees her all ashes.
Oh, that was so sad. So yeah, Arya's, like, waking up to see that King's Landing is burned to the ground, along with all its citizens, and so... yeah, it's so random. This, like, white horse shows up.
What does it mean?
I don't know what kind of symbolic stuff that is, but something's up with that. Because she walks over there, like, cool, calm, and collected, and she just, like, gets on the horse, and she rides out of the city.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Where are you going? Exactly.
I don't know.
She's hopefully going to Winterfell?
I would think.
I hope so.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out.
But she says she's never going to go back there.
Yeah.
I think she thought she was going to die.
I think she thought she was going to kill Cersei, too. I think a lot of things we thought was going to happen didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, things don't always go your way with Game of Thrones.
No.
Take it from me. This was not how I wanted episode 5 to end. I am sad. I'm intrigued. And I'm excited. Mm-hmm. Either way, you guys, anybody who is upset about this, totally understand, because we've invested 10 years of our life to this show. Really, it's been over 10 years.
That's crazy.
And maybe we thought things were going to be different, and maybe certain characters were going to, turn out differently. Think storylines were going to go a different way, and it didn't happen. But you know what? That's why Game of Thrones is so genius and brilliant, and I cannot be mad at the writers for that, because you make me love somebody one day, and then you make me question my love for them the next day. So can't hate it.
That's very big of you.
Thank you. I tried. No, I didn't feel that way after I first saw it. It took me 24 hours.
I'm a tiny bit mad, if I must say. I really think there were easy solutions to my anger.
Okay.
Maybe like a couple episodes. Add them in. Build a little bit slower.
Yeah.
I feel like the first seasons were 10 episodes where we got to slowly get to understand the characters. Yeah. And then when something crazy happened, we'd be like, crazy, but I get it. Mm-hmm. I feel like I don't feel as satisfied with the way things went down. I mean, I feel like there was adequate evidence to suggest why Dany would go mad. Yeah. But I just feel like it didn't, like the execution was a little, sloppy. I said it.
No, but I feel like everybody that is reacting, whether you are sad or mad or upset or, are okay accepting, isn't that awesome what Game of Thrones does to you? How invested we are in this show. I think that's awesome. That says a lot about the show, how much we react to it and how much we feel for it. So I'm okay with it. Don't hate the player, hate the game of Thrones. And with that, I leave you, because everybody, we have one more episode of Game of... Oh, God. Oops. I'm just going to put that over there. Nothing. So we have one more episode of Game of Thrones left, and it is the finale. It is the series finale. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen, and that I love.
Yes.
I think that's really cool. So thank you for hanging out with us. We're going to see you next time when we review the series finale of Game of Thrones. See you then. Bye, everybody.